Rob, not the best of starts for the boys, but sum it all up.
Well, yeah, we got taught a lesson in the first half for a few reasons. I was disappointed with us in the first half. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to take anything away from Northampton. Very good side, very clinical in the first half. A lot more clinical than we probably were at any stage in the game, because they really did take nearly every opportunity that was out there on the pitch for them. Some of them they created, but it is frustrating that to look at some of the tries and where they came from and some of the mistakes we made and some of the easy releases of pressure we made, because as good a team as Northampton are, what you have to do is put them under pressure and make a game of rugby difficult for them, and I don't think there was a lot we did in the first half that made it difficult for them. I think the way I've just summed up with the players is the best way for me to deal with it kind of personally, is that it almost felt like it was a pre-season game we needed to get out of our system and out of the way almost, and I'm hoping, I just said to them, I hope that's kind of that last pre-season blowout that you really need before you really crank up to the intensity you need to be at, because there's no doubt we were better in the second half when we kind of held true to what we do and the way we want to play, but there's also a reality that by then Northampton had got what they wanted out of the game, and so there could be a little bit of falseness in the second half as well, but it was definitely a better performance. We definitely controlled possession and territory better in the second half. In fact, the stats probably show we probably dominated that area, so that part of it I was pleased with. The way the impact of some of our bench players was obviously very pleasing, but as a whole, you kind of got to wrap it up as a bit of a disappointing day that hopefully has taught us a few lessons. And I'm not overly concerned with that, because we get one or two of these games every year, and we normally respond very, very well to them. It's frustrating and it's disappointing, but as I said, we avoid getting on an emotional roller coaster. And I've just said to the players, we're not necessarily a bad team. We've just performed badly today, and what we've got to do is get together on Monday. Get together on the bus on the way home now. Get together on Monday. There's lots of things we can get better at that we were poor at today. Some of it was our defence. The way we seemed to be jumping out of line all over the place a few times. Other things were we just dropped ball. We were in possession and we just threw a bad pass. We just dropped the ball, and the conviction with the way we carried and the way we ran in the first half was a little bit frustrating, because it looked like we were setting up plays expecting there to be some room 3 or 4 phases down the line. Well, you only create room if you run hard and you clear ball hard and you do things with conviction, and we lacked that a little bit in the first half.
In terms of positives, though, you've got plenty to take from the second half in particular into next week, and London Wasps will be just as tough.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got a tough start to the season, but Premiership's like that, and what the boys have got to do now is knuckle down, not feel sorry for themselves, and understand that when you work hard, you do things with conviction, we're a good side, and that's what we have to do.
In terms of the positive, though, you saw Sam Hill make his Premiership debut today. Yeah. Like you say, the bench came on, Henry, people like that, David Lewis, all made an impact. Yeah, that's right, and I think we've got our squad coming here was pretty strong, but ultimately we didn't get the foothold in the game that we needed. We started the game with a relatively soft penalty, which allowed pressure in the corner, and all of a sudden, you're sitting there and you concede in a try almost out of nothing. And defensively, for that first kind of 5-10 minutes, we looked pretty strong. We were getting off the line, we were knocking people over. You don't need to giving away soft penalties, and that kind of summed us up a little bit. That we got it wrong from the start, and we backed that up with quite a bit more for 40 minutes, and we got a lot more right in the second half. But even in the second half, were we really clinical? Well, we created quite a lot of try-scoring opportunities and blew quite a lot of try-scoring opportunities. Now, normally I don't mind, because normally we create try-scoring opportunities all through a game and we blow a few, but we normally convert enough for us to be there at the end. But today that wasn't the case. Thank you, Rob.
Okay.